I think it's super important for artists nowadays to be multifaceted. And I think it's important for artists to not just be about the music. I think it's important for artists to also be about their production, being up on their image. Some artists who aren't as blessed to have good management, if you don't have good management, you should also be looking into your management skills and just being well-rounded, because the way that the industry is today, it's not just enough to be about the music and being a rapper or being a singer or being whatever your genre is. It's about being multifaceted. So
I think the quarantine in and of itself has taught us, like, you gotta be a jack of all trades. I mean,
Facts.
you can't just be out here just thinking that somebody's going to put it together for you or somebody's going to do it for you, because, I mean, let's just face it, if you don't have the skill set that you need in order to survive in quarantine or just in general, like, you just going to get left behind.
Right.
And I think that is probably one of the biggest takeaways that we have here in quarantine is, like, bro, like, you got to understand lighting, you got to understand videography, you got to understand just sound, all
Right.
that in general, because if you don't, I mean, you will get left behind. People are showing their underbellies low key, because that's like I was telling you earlier, like, it's getting real ugly out here, because I've been seeing people where I was like, man, like, their production is crazy before quarantine, and now that shit not hitting no more.
the quality has downgraded,
Man,
quite a bit.
It's like, bro, I could tell at this point that you were not doing that, and like probably didn't even have a hand in it.
Yeah. A lot of artists, especially the ones who aren't blessed to have big teams, are just left to their devices and have been almost left out in the cold to figure it out. And I know for myself, when quarantine hit and when COVID hit, I went into fail-safe mode of trying to figure out what the next step would be and reinventing ourselves and reinventing how we move. So reading a lot of books, reading a lot of blogs, trying to figure out what everyone else was doing and how I could make that unique for what it is that we're doing for Vitae Records and for the Matt B brand. So for me, it was super important to then try to put on my marketing hat, my management hat, my Photoshop editor hat, my Final Cut hat, trying to figure out all of the different things that I could do to try to stay creative. And it wasn't good enough for me to just be in management. I had to even more so step out of my comfort zone to find the next step.
I don't even understand why artists wouldn't want to dabble more and to understand what's going on, like, in their kingdom. Like, this is your kingdom, bro.
Right.
I'm like Mufasa in this. Like,
right.
I'm sitting up on my rock, and this is a circle of life, and there's like I'm looking over my kingdom, like
Mufasa.
I'm like looking over my kingdom, like, all right, well, everything the light touches in this is my kingdom.
You got to give the people a little bit of the circle of life. Hit them with the vocals real quick. I'm putting him on the spot, y'all.
Circle of life. No, I'm gonna stop there. But I'm Mufasa.
I did that for y'all.
I'm Mufasa in this. So, like, you feel me? Like, everything that the light touches is my kingdom. Like, you feel me?
Facts.
So it's like everything. So I want to know everything that's going on, and I don't really understand why more artists don't operate in that way, because, I mean, it hurts you if you don't care about what's going on with your production, and if you don't care about what's going on behind the scenes when it comes to your streaming numbers and anything else that encompasses being an artist, then, I mean, eventually that's going to bleed over into your money too.
Right.
Because then your money's going to be looking a little funny, and you're going to be looking like, how did this happen? Is because
don't mess with the dollars.
Right. You didn't even care from the beginning to look at anything that was going on as far as when you was building. So, I mean, obviously, eventually, when you got a guy that handles that, you're going to stop looking at your money too. I think that's a really big problem when it comes to recording artists, is that, you know, we're very passionate when it comes to our music and when it comes to our craft, but then everything outside of that, we just kind of drop the ball. And by we, I don't mean me.
He had
I'm
to
just put
set
that out
the
there. You
record
feel
straight
me?
for y'all. Matt B
I'm
is
just
not
saying
talking about himself. He's talking about somebody else.
You feel me? I'm just
unnamed.
saying we, because I'm in the category of an artist, although I'm somewhat more of a connoisseur.
Period.